Hey everyone, Dukaness here with an Atheon challenge guide. I know there are already a lot of guides out there, but I've personally found them to be unhelpful aside from explaining the challenge. They tend to focus on rushing out of the portals and how to DPS Atheon the fastest, which seems to cause urgency or panic. Another thing I've seen is complicated formulas of who calls what oracle. This confusion causes a lot of noise on the mic and drowns out communication that could potentially be more important. I think this unnecessary urgency and complicated oracle procedure is why a lot of teams have been unsuccessful or take a long time to get the challenge done. So I'm going to try and deliver something a little different to you guys. I built a somewhat different strategy around a clever way to use the Relic that my buddy KC discovered. I'll explain that, I'll show start to finish what a perfect run looks like from all 6 perspectives, and I'll give a handful of tricks that can be used to avoid the most common causes of wipes and errors. I know this is common practice, but make sure you have 3 designated players on the left and the right at the beginning of the fight. There's only a 5% chance that all 3 players on one side will be teleported, so you should be able to get the correct plate up and running right away, since it's likely that at least one player will be on that plate. If you're comfortable with the Relic, you should be holding square as soon as you see the prompt Atheon opens the time stream. This ensures someone comfortable with the Relic is going to pick it up, unless no experienced players are teleported. Since that's a possibility, depending on your fire team, I recommend less experienced players wait until they see that they were teleported and then hold square. You'll still pick it up with plenty of time to charge the cleanse, but that small delay puts the Relic in the hands of a more experienced user if they're teleported. When I have the Relic on Venus, I normally go down the right side, so I'm not sure why I went center here. Either way, the plan is to go right and have your squad team kill the Minotaur to make it easier, since they deal a lot of damage and they require multiple hits to take out. The Relic holder does not need to kill enemies because they do not need to charge the super, as I'm about to show you. That's part of the strategy. When I get teleported to Mars, I just run down this right side and I kind of sneak up on the hobgoblins. One jumping smash takes out a hobgoblin and can actually take out all 3 if they group up like they did here. It's important that the 2 other teleported players do not shoot at the hobgoblins or they'll activate their shield and then that complicates things. This next part is a little unorthodox, so just bear with me while I explain it. Once the enemies are dead, I run to the portal. Your teammates will have plenty of time to kill their oracle and make it to the portal before blacking out, so don't worry about cleansing them until you're right about here. See how when I cleanse, the outer point of the circle is touching the portal? Well, watch how when I run through the cleanse in front of the portal, back into the Atheon fight. I remain cleansed on the other side, not marked by the void. If you look at this other clip where I slide through, it seems like there's even some room for error based on the gap between the cleanse perimeter and the portal. So the Relic holder can simply hold cleanse when a teammate tells them they want to leave the portal, just like you're seeing here. When I have the Relic, I just listen to my team's callouts and cleanse as needed. Eventually, the 5th oracle pops up in front of the portal. Just smash it like this and leave to go to the center platform. Don't worry about the 6th man because they can easily kill their oracle and make it back to the center platform in time. Let me give you some information on oracles to help the other teleported players. Oracles spawn with a certain amount of health and get stronger the longer they live. This explains why a golden gun or a sleeper simulant will sometimes be a one-hit and sometimes not be a one-hit. I recommend you shoot at the oracle as fast as possible because of this. As for what weapons to use, your number 1 priority is any legendary Vault of Glass weapon that has Oracle Disruptor. The reason I say legendary is so you can save your exotic slot for Black Spindle or Sleeper Simulant. If you don't have a legendary weapon with Oracle Disruptor, use a high magazine auto rifle such as the Doctrine of Passing, because hand cannons and scout rifles receive a damage penalty when shooting at oracles, something that was proven back in year 1. I'll link to a Reddit post in the description if you're interested in more detail about that. Now knowing that about oracles, hopefully you're prepared if you're one of the 2 teleported players that do not pick up the Relic. As soon as you land, call your oracle and sprint as far as you can before it spawns. Once it's up, take it out and then run to the portal. You have no reason to stick around after your oracle is down. As I mentioned, your Relic holder will be waiting for you at the door. Call that you want to cleanse as you run through, and then take over your new job of killing supplicants and defending the plate. Sometimes there's miscommunication with the cleanse. Maybe it wasn't ready, maybe lag caused you to be marked on the other side anyway, or maybe the Relic holder didn't hear you. Things happen, and I'll show you how I react in these situations. So look at this clip where I was the 2nd outsider in and out of the portal, and I didn't get a cleanse. I just go to the center platform and kill supplicants. Your Relic holder will be out of the portal before you lose vision. You're protected from suicide supplicants on the platform, and you have enough vision to kill adds. Let someone else stand on the plate and just patiently wait for the Relic holder to cleanse you. The worst thing you can do is panic and make noise on the mic. If going to the platform early seems risky, you can just walk back through the portal and exit again during the next cleanse. You have options, so take it slow and be safe. I'll refer to the 3 non-teleported players as the outsiders. Once you identify you have not been teleported, obviously shoot your detainment bubble. If you're in the air when you're detained, it's an instant death, so make sure you're safe and grounded when you see the prompt, Atheon opens the time stream. When your bubble is broken, look at your radar for dots that aren't accounted for in your dimension. So in this screenshot, I can see my team was teleported to the right side because there's a dot on the right of my radar. If that dot wasn't there, I know they were on the left side. It works the same when you're standing on the opposite side. Make your way to the correct plate and defend it. I cannot emphasize enough how important supplicant control is. It's one of the most common causes of team wiping. Doctrine of Passing and other auto rifles are great for clearing supplicants, which is another reason to have one equipped. Prioritize shooting supplicants around the portal your team is using so no one gets Al-Qaeda'd when they walk through. We know each player has to enter the portal from the outside to take care of an oracle. I'll show perspectives of myself in different outsider positions while I talk. We like to send one person in as soon as the portal is up. Once in, this player can wait for a third oracle to come up, which you'll know by watching the feed or by memorizing where each oracle is. Alternatively, if you get in fast enough, you can steal another player's oracle. It doesn't matter which oracle you shoot. No one is entitled to a specific oracle. You're a team. As long as everybody kills one oracle, you'll be successful. So just make sure you're watching the feed to confirm your personal kill, no matter what position you're in. As soon as the first outsider confirms their kill, they ask for a cleanse and walk through the portal to help clear supplicants. At some point when this is happening, the second outsider will have walked through. The reason I say at some point is because it doesn't really matter when. Sometimes I'm almost following the first outsider in, sometimes I'm barely going in just before the third outsider. You'll quickly learn to gauge when you should go in based on how many oracles have already been killed, how much supplicants are piling up, and how many people have already come through the portal. If the teleported players have already come back, you should definitely be making your way in because there are so many players already back to defend the plate and control supplicants. The same rule applies to the last outsider. As soon as enough players have come back, you can go in. Once the oracles are cleared, everybody goes to the center platform. Have a Weapons of Light bubble popped right here, and have the Relic user hold Cleanse right here. You have constant supers, so designate one Night Stalker to keep topping the tether up. Make sure you're jumping to tether in the middle of the platform in case you bump somebody on your way down because there's less chance of being knocked off. If you have a spare Hunter, have them run Gunslinger. Do not use Celestial Nighthawk on Atheon. It is less DPS than almost every other weapon you could use. Instead, use your Golden Gun to clear supplicants, which I'll cover more in a second. Sleeper Simulant and Snipers are the best methods of DPS. Not one player should have rockets equipped because there's too much risk of hitting a teammate and causing a suicide. If you don't have Sleeper Simulant, use a machine gun or just snipe. Some teams can kill Atheon in one rotation. I don't recommend going for that. It puts pressure on players to do everything faster and without error because you need the full 30 seconds of Time's Vengeance. More pressure usually causes more errors, so given that you need 2 full rotations anyway, this actually frees up a lot of time. My team does a decent amount of damage, usually around 70-75%. If you're committing to 2 rotations, you don't need 70%. You need 50%, so get 60% as a little bit of insurance. You should have at least 5 seconds of free time before Time's Vengeance expires. Use this time to avoid the common error of people leaving the platform too late and being killed by Atheon, or getting cornered by supplicants. With those 5 seconds, or 8 seconds in this case because we already had enough damage, make sure supplicants are dead and everyone is off the platform well before Time's Vengeance is over. There is no rush here, so take your time and make sure you're safe. When time expires, Atheon teleports the team again. You do the exact same thing one more time, and you're done the challenge mode. I'm not going to do a summary because the video is already running long, but we went into some pretty thick detail and took things slow, so I trust you guys picked everything up. If you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to talk strategy, hit me up in the comments. While you're at it, definitely like and share this video if you found it helpful. The more I run these raids, the more I think I'm going to be interested in doing raids with viewers, so I suggest you follow my Twitch and my Twitter in the description to be notified when I'm going live, if that's something you're interested in. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Dukaness out.